The great debate, Canon versus Nikon. When it comes to buying a DSLR camera, many buyers will choose between Canon or Nikon. They are the most established brands with the most extensive history in digital photography. What is the difference between the two brands? Which one is the perfect fit for you? In this Canon versus Nikon article, we will find out. The Canon versus Nikon debate. The debate comes from those photographers wholly devoted to one or the other. As Canon and Nikon are the two most popular and widespread DSLR brands, it is natural that the most significant discussion is around them. Back in the golden age of film photography, the Nikon versus Canon debate was a lot less prominent. There were plenty of excellent cameras, and they all offered something different. But a lot has changed since we entered the age of digital photography. Now, beginner photographers often choose between either Nikon or Canon cameras. In recent years, each has also started producing mirrorless cameras, slowly threatening to put Sony in second place. A real-world comparison. Both Canon and Nikon have their strongholds in different target niches. In the following sections, we will go through the areas where the two brands differ. Lenses. One of the biggest reasons why Canon and Nikon are the most popular brands is their compatibility. Canon's F range goes back to 1987. Meanwhile, Nikon's F-mount lenses began in 1959. That means you have a long list of photography equipment that would still work on your modern digital camera. The main difference between the two brands is the autofocus. With Canon, all the EOS lenses have autofocus. Meanwhile, only Nikon AF-S lenses have autofocus. It is also worth noting that even non-AF-S lenses still work on Nikon DSLRs. The only caveat is that you have to focus them manually. Nikon decided to remove the autofocus motor from their entry-level DSLRs to keep their cameras smaller. This means you cannot use autofocus from older Nikon AF-S lenses if you have an entry-level DSLR. In contrast, Canon has always had the autofocus motors in the lenses, not the bodies. That means you get to use older lenses with most camera bodies. The newest Nikon and Canon lenses perform equally well. If you prefer modern lenses with the latest technology, then consider Canon. Their L-series quality and autofocus are noticeable. There are more third-party vintage lenses available for Canon, which you can attach to the camera body with adapters. However, Nikon has their own vintage and manual lenses, which are compatible with their DSLRs. This is not true for Canon. When it comes to the mirrorless department, Nikon produced fewer lenses. Still, they are lighter and smaller. Both brands recently started producing lenses meant to go on mirrorless bodies. This puts them in competition with Sony, leading the market with the Alpha series for years. Sensor. As with every camera, there are crop and full-frame versions of Canon and Nikon as well. The term crop factor describes the magnification any particular lens produces when you use it on a crop sensor camera. This number differs between the two camera brands. The crop factor of Nikon crop sensor cameras is 1.5x. For Canon, the crop factor is 1.6x. A larger sensor often means better resolution. The 0.1 crop factor difference between Nikon and Canon may seem insignificant, but since crop sensors are already small, even 0.1 helps your images with a resolution boost. Smaller sensors also create better magnification. If you are a sports photographer, you can quickly turn a 100mm telephoto lens into a 150mm with a Nikon, and a 160mm with a Canon body. Ease of use. One of the most crucial factors in the Canon versus Nikon debate is usability. Many consider Canon DSLRs easier to handle, while Nikon takes the lead with mirrorless. It is all about what feels right to you. When most photographers choose their brand, they often do not switch. After all, it is not easy getting rid of your equipment after spending so much on it. Think hard about your preferences before investing. Canon versus Nikon, which is the better choice for you?